Darby, this situation, it's so painful, so controversial, so divisive. What do you make of this aspect of it, this apology letter that he wanted to read? You saw him struggling with his handcuffs, trying to get the letter when the judge was saying he had no remorse. What do you make of the whole thing?
Well, I think that's sad that he didn't get to see that, but from a legal perspective, you can understand why they would be worried then. If he can do this, he should be held more accountable for his actions. But I think what we've really missed here, Ashleigh, is the mental illness and what does that mean? And we have to keep in mind, people always want to hold us accountable or people with mental illness accountable, but one of the things that makes you mentally ill is we can't predict when some of these things will happen. Like when Brendan was triggered, and that was a very violent trigger, we can't say unequivocally when that will or won't happen. We can work on lessening the likelihood. We can give him skills. He certainly has a right to all of that, but we still can't predict exactly what will trigger it. And that's really important to keep in mind.
So that's, yeah, that is important in my next question, and that is, how do we know it's safe when he's released, you know, from prison? And I say that not to teachers who may have an IEP and understand special needs and understand these diagnoses, to people who've never met him before and are mad at him in a Starbucks line because he might have stepped in front of them.
That's a tricky question, because how do they know? You wouldn't just know by looking at him that he has these diagnoses. And he is a very big man, so he could be pretty scary, and he might not understand it. I think what we have to remember with the autism, there is always, autism is, the meaning of it is a world of my own. So even with the greatest success of strategies and treatment and really working with him, there is still a limitation there. That, in fact, is what autism is. There's a little bit of disconnect between his world and the world, the exterior world around him.
No easy answers. Yeah, I mean, it's understandable why people are so split. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.